So
Yeah.
who is there anybody around you you trust if they said don't do this, or would you still do it because
I
it's
remember
you?
when I started singing, my ex from that time, I was dating a man, and he was so against it. He was so against it, and I believe he still is, but it doesn't matter anymore. But he was so against it, and he broke my heart because I felt like he was the only person in the world that could actually support me
Yeah.
or actually believe in me, because he knew me, like he knew for me for who I am. So he did not approve of it, but I didn't back out. I didn't back down. I was like, I'm doing this regardless. And now he's not in the picture. I'm glad I did not give up on my dreams.
Because and at some point, and I could say the same thing. At some point, you realize I don't need anybody else. I don't need
Very
their
true.
approval. I don't
Very,
need. I can do this.
very true. You're right. And for me, like the only person who can actually like break my heart so deeply is my mother. But she is the only person in this whole universe who never like tell me no, you cannot do this. She's
Yeah.
the only one, always my cheerleader, always making sure I do this, always supports me. She always believed that I can do it, and every time that she does, I ended up doing it. And
Struggles mean? Like, what did you think, like, when you think back, what did you have to go through to get to that moment 2 years ago?
so for me, I remember like that was like 6 years ago. I was like 19 going to 20 years. I got pregnant. I was actually in a mission of opening my own business, like my first business. And in the process, I ended up getting pregnant for my first child. Her name is Fantasy. So, and then I had to stop everything. And then I actually wish I was actually hoping a happily ever after with her father. And then we broke up right after I had my baby. So we broke up, and then I had to start from the start. Mind you, I was actually like planning. I had my life together. I had everything that I wanted together on in like sets, and then all of a suddenly everything collapsed, and then you have to start from the beginning. So I think that was so hard for me. And then I was like, okay. But then I think that I never gave up, even for a second. And I remember when I started, so apparently for me, I used to think maybe I have a bad luck or something, because everything that I tried, like I remember my modeling days. When I started modeling, people were saying, "Oh my gosh, she's fat. Oh, she has big
Mm.
hips. She has big thighs. Models are supposed to be skinny." But then I was like, you could separate me from all other models. I had something unique inside of me, and I think that's something that made me stand out. So I believe I was never made to fit in. So I worked hard, and then my modeling days, I did good. After that, I started my own businesses. And then when I wanted to work with companies in terms of being a brand ambassador, a lot of a lot of companies didn't believe in me. And then I was like, why? Because I think that was back then when my country usually didn't take like brand ambassadors from our country. Like even the models, a lot of models for products and everything were from other countries.
From
So I
other
was like,
countries. Yep.
yeah. So then I was like, when are these people actually going to use people like me, who are here? And then it actually got to that point, and I was like, yay. So the first company I worked with is a hair company. It's called Prima Afro. I'm still with them. This has been the third year since I started working with them. So when they believed in me, all other companies followed, and I'm like, yay, I'm good. I'm like, I'm good at this. I'm good at what I do. And I was so happy that people are actually finally realizing me, seeing me for who I am, for the hard work that I have. You know, I believe sometimes when people see you on the ground, they don't see the struggle.
Correct.
Especially if you're a woman, they just see this pretty face, a Barbie doll who's just posing and smiling. They don't know that you work. Now I actually want to finish my album. We're still working on it. At first, I really wanted my EP.
Yeah.
But then they were like, my management, everybody that I work with, were like, why do you want to do something small? If you want to do something, you should actually do something big. So I was like, okay, album it is. So we're still working on the album. We're like in the last stages. So I'm just hoping for the best.
Anybody outside of Africa you'd want to collab with?
Definitely, yeah, one. Rick Ross.
Rick, Rick will do it. Rick is
Yeah,
down.
yeah.
Anybody?
For anybody else, the Nicki Minaj or Chris Brown. Yeah, I know that's a long shot, but okay.
Anybody within Africa?
Within Africa, definitely, I would love to work with who Davido or Wizkid. Yeah.
Um, do you want to see your music trend uh, outside of East Africa? Meaning,
Yes, I want the whole world to know me. I want the whole world to know my name. I don't know how I'm gonna do that, but I'm having big hopes in my heart.
that's the next big step. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah.